arenas. And for that, I feel like that's ugly, man.
That's a great point.
Yeah. I'll miss that if that's not the case.
I didn't even know. He's not on, really?
Yeah, it's like a new look NBA show, and he's noticeably absent, and
he's out.
He's not there. Yeah, he's out. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Not watching that one either.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, it's Brady Quinn. Look, falling asleep is the easy part. It's staying asleep. That's the challenge, especially when my kids sneak into bed. Mattress Firm knows real rest comes from uninterrupted quality sleep. Their sleep experts can match you with the right Tempur-Pedic mattress featuring Tempur material that absorbs motion so you sleep soundly. Upgrade today and get next day delivery. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Restrictions apply. Next day delivery on select mattresses. See store for more details.
This is a real good story about Drew, a real United Airlines customer.
After almost 4 years of treatments, I was finally cancer-free. My mom's like, where do you want to go to celebrate? I'm like, let's go somewhere tropical. And then pilot hopped in the intercom and started talking about me, and I was like, what is going on here?
My wife beat cancer too, and I wanted to celebrate his special moment.
That's Bill, a real United pilot.
We brought him drinks and donuts. We all signed a card.
I was smiling ear to ear. Best flight ever for sure.
That's how good leads the way.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
A few accidents being worked on this morning. The newest one is southbound on I-35 at Breaker Lane. It's the reason speeds are stop and go from Palmer, causing about a 10-minute slowdown. On the service road of Highway 290 eastbound, there's a crash after Brody Lane, as well as ongoing cleanup for a wreck on 183 northbound around Highway 130. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Did you miss the Bitcoin wagon? Millions got rich because they got in on a technology you still don't understand. But the crypto gang got greedy, handing control of the Bitcoin network to China. This carelessness gives us a second chance called Texacoin. You're invited on the Texacoin journey. We'll guide you through this new frontier to claim your share of the profits. Don't let your friends get rich without you. Secure your seat as we take Texacoin to the moon and beyond. Learn more at texacoin.org. This is an investment that carries risk. Texacoin.org.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Live concerts. Getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. Get the latest info about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org. It's up to you. Brought to you by iHeartRadio and the Ad Council.
From the Audiovisual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, Kickoff. Good morning, Kickoff.
It's the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Game Plan Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. The college football playoff rankings are released, and it's not looking good for the Longhorns. We get a chance to hear from Coach Sark and Arch Manning. Texas men's basketball played its final home game before heading to Maui. Then Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman joins us at 7:34. Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com at 8 a.m. And the Texas women's basketball team plays James Madison tonight at the Moody Center. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer, recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And we have our guy, Marcus, behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, but hey, there's more. We're going to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets tonight to go see Texas women take on James Madison at the Moody Center. 7 o'clock. They're the #4 team in the nation. You need to make sure you check them out because this will be their last home game before they hit the road as well. But all you got to do is use that new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone. Give us a message, and that will be your opportunity to win a pair of tickets to go see the Texas women take on James Madison tonight at 7 o'clock. Well, Mark, the rankings came out last night, and let's just say the Texas Longhorn fan base, well, it's a lot to be desired, to say the least. You look at Texas coming into the season, preseason #1. And now, as the rankings come around for the third time, Texas is now on the outside window shopping. That's what they do.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah.
If Texas was a stock, we'd be plummeting. Good Lord.
I mean,
where's the love? We play tough teams.
Exactly. Coach Sark has, voiced that opinion as well. He was setting us up at the beginning of this whole matchup because of the way that their schedule is set up. They've played a lot of ranked teams.
Man, listen,
a lot of teams that
Texas have played the ranked teams, the teams that are on the come up that are real hard, and these teams are playing Costco University. They're playing teams that they
shout out to my boy James.
Shout out James. They're playing teams they know they're going to beat by 50,
right?
And they're padding the stats, and they control the narrative of we got good wins. But that's not what it is.
And some are playing them this week.
Yeah, definitely. Like the teams that are playing them now, late in the year, like I just don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought process, and the way that this is all going down, you start to look at the college football rankings, and you're saying, okay, where is the Texas Longhorns? Well, let's get right into it. This is based on a 12-team bracket, current rankings. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. Number 4, the Georgia Bulldogs. Number 5, Texas Tech has jumped up to number 5. Number 6, Ole Miss. We got to talk about Ole Miss in just a little bit.
Oh, God.
Ole Miss is number 6. Number 7, Oregon Ducks. They are in the mix again. Number 8, the Oklahoma Sooners. The Sooners are in the playoffs as of right now. Number 9, Notre Dame. Number 10, Alabama jumped back in there. They're in that spot that Texas was holding last week. Number 11, the Miami Hurricanes. That is pending on what happens in the ACC championship game. And coming in at number 12, Tulane Green Wave. Now, this is where things get a little dicey. Tulane, you come in. You're the G5 player in this contest. But every week, when the teams come in from the G5 and it looks like they're going to be in the playoffs, they have a game that ends up knocking them out of playoff contention. So Tulane, lock in, baby. This is your opportunity to stay in the mix. But you go to ESPN, and ESPN talks about it's time for Texas. This is by Heather Dinich. It's time for Texas to pack it up. The Longhorns have plummeted to number 17 in Tuesday night College Football Playoff Selection Committee's 3rd of 6 rankings, indicating that even if they run the table and win against Texas A&M, they may still be locked out. Now, we're not the only ones that are trying to find a way for Texas to get in there. Mark, you brought it up. You talked about the way that they've been playing all these ranked teams. Coach Steve Sarkisian brought it up at his media availability for weeks about how the schedule is set up. But CBS Sports is trying their best to see if there is a scenario that the Texas Longhorns might find a way to get into the college football playoffs by beating that old rival, Texas A&M.
Hypothetically speaking, what happens if Texas beat Texas A&M at the end of the season?
Texas is cooked.
There's too much.
Cooked.
There's
too
much.
You can't lose to Florida, who's not that good this year, and you can't lose the way you did against Georgia. I thought it would have been close. If they would have lost by a field goal, looking at a good loss like the Ohio State loss, then yeah, I could see a chance. But I think the logjam of 10-2 teams plus the fact that they lost to Georgia the way they did and losing to Florida, I think Texas is cooked. Everyone's kind of promoting that. I don't know why that keeps lingering around. Maybe it's to give hope. Maybe it's to drive up ratings for the Texas A&M game. But they're not getting in. Texas is done.
I agree, Danny. You can't sit here for the same people who want to argue that head-to-head is absolutely a thing that matters regarding Miami, Notre Dame. You can't then sit here and tell me you want Texas in after they get absolutely smoked by Georgia and they have a really bad loss against a Florida team that might not make a bowl game. So, yes, I agree with you, Danny.
I'm going to let you know right now, we're not going to talk about Texas ever again on a Tuesday night here for the next 2 weeks. I'm just telling you that. That was the last time I said it. That was the last time I said Texas.
I love haters. Thank you, Lord, for allowing haters to come close to me so I can rise up and show the world exactly who I am. And I feel like Texas needs to take that mantra. They need to take that. They need to let Arkansas walk down here from Arkansas, from Little Rock, and take this whooping that they're going to hand them. They need to allow Texas A&M to stumble around and take this whooping, take this L, and we need for teams to lose. And I hate to put it on
that
other
sounds
people.
like a lot. That sounds like a lot.
I know
brother.
it's a lot. Well, the winning part is not a lot.
Right.
That's what's expected.
Right.
But when you never want to be in a position where you need other people to help you. but that's where we are.
I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
And I really feel like OU now has to lose. We need Notre Dame to take a L. All of these teams that are on the bubble, those are the ones that need to lose. I want A&M to win all the way through till they face Texas. If the team loses now, then we rise up. And we just need to get to 12.
Well, Oklahoma
we don't need to get to 5.
Oklahoma plays Missouri at home this weekend. That is a big time matchup. Number 22 versus number 8. You said you needed Notre Dame to lose a game.
I hope Ole Miss.
Notre Dame plays Syracuse this weekend at home.
They've surprised some teams.
Absolutely. And then Vanderbilt plays Kentucky. Kentucky is at the bottom. They got to figure out a way to get it done. So the people above the University of Texas that you are looking at the possibility of them getting the win. Yes.
It looks bleak.
It looks very bleak because Georgia is playing Charlotte. Georgia would have the head-to-head against Texas, so they're out of there. Texas A&M is playing Costco University. Shout out James. Sanford.
Not like Fred Sanford.
Yeah.
Not Stan.
No, not even Fred Sand. It's an M. Sam.
Mike, you always come in here with these down questions.
Sorry, bro. And then Ohio State is playing against Rutgers. So when you say it's Memphis bleak,
how much for trip and fall?
It's
can we get a trip and fall, please?
We got, Lord help me, our bunny fell down the steps. We got to hope for that. Coming up next, we're going to continue the conversation. We're going to hear from Coach Sark and Arch Manning. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman joins us at 7:34. And Texas men's basketball gets a win as they get ready to go to Aloha.
Hey, I need
we'll talk about it right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. Sure. The Zone, the vocals.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
The earlier crash on I-35 southbound at Breaker has been taken care of, but going the opposite direction, I-35 northbound on the service road, there's an accident just after Grand Avenue Parkway. There's also a crash on the service road of 290 eastbound after Brody, and ongoing cleanup for a wreck on 183 northbound at Highway 130. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. The Texas Longhorns walked into a hostile night in Athens, Georgia, and left with a tough 35-10 loss to the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs, but not without showing some flashes of what this could have been. Arch Manning came out sharp, ripped a couple of big-time throws, and kept Texas in rhythm early, but Georgia's defense lived up to the hype, tightening up in the red zone and turning a promising opening Longhorn drive to just a field goal. The running game struggled to find daylight against the massive Georgia front, putting the offense behind the chains and forcing Texas into too many must-throw situations. On defense, Colin Simmons was electric, bringing pressure, blowing up plays, and giving the Texas Longhorns chances to win by swinging the momentum, but it didn't get it done. Texas had it tough in the fourth, giving up 21 points to lead to the end of the matchup. The Longhorns head home with 2 games left, starting with the Arkansas Razorbacks, 2:30 at DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium. This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there too.
Texas weather can be wild. Protect your home with residential metal roofing from Mueller Inc. Strong, stylish, and designed to last. Our metal roofs handle wind, hail, and heat with minimal maintenance. With a range of colors and styles, you'll get lasting beauty and proven durability, all backed by paint warranties up to 45 years. Visit with one of our sales representatives today at any of our locations across Texas, including Marble Falls and Spicewood.
Wine Down Wednesday is back November 19th at Cane and Abel's with Stella Rosa Wines. Join Ann Hudson from 96.7 KISS FM and Mike Hardge from 1300 The Zone as they give away sold-out tickets to see Ariana Grande and tickets to the UT versus A&M game. Don't miss your midweek party with Stella Rosa.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Kolache Factory makes tailgating easy with tailgating trays for every craving. Breakfast trays with bacon, egg, and cheese, or ranchero kolaches. Standard trays with ham, sausage, or fruit. Sweet trays with cinnamon rolls and strudels. Lunch trays with barbecue beef, pizza, or Philly cheesesteak. And fresh dinner rolls to complete your meal. Don't miss our November flavor of the month, turkey and dressing. Order ahead online or on the Kolache Factory app. Kolache Factory, a history of good taste.
Group 1 Ford of South Austin is your go-to dealer for upfront and transparent pricing. We do not have any dealer ads on our huge selection of new Ford vehicles. Our advertised price is our sales price without the hidden extras other dealerships charge thousands of dollars for. So stop by our showroom today to see and feel the difference with buying at Group 1 Ford of South Austin, Austin's only winner of Ford's prestigious President and Triple Crown Award.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball, WWE Hall of Famer and world's strongest man, D. Marks. And of course, we got Marcus. Coming up in the next segment, we will have Danny Davis of the Boston American Statesman joining us to talk all things Texas Longhorns. And if you're out and about tonight, come and hang out with me for happy hour over at Cane and Abel's right there downtown near campus. We'll be there from 5 to 7. Thanks to the great folks from Stella Rosa. We'll be giving away sold-out tickets to Ariana Grande. And, of course, we'll be giving away tickets to the matchup between the Texas Longhorns and the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies for next Friday night. Kickoff at 6:30. You get a chance to win tickets. Just come on and hang out with us and enjoy some of that Stella Rosa wine. Mark, this week has been a lot of conversation about this Texas football team. Obviously, they got a big matchup against Arkansas this Saturday, 2:30 kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone. But you can join us on Bevo Boulevard. Last 2 times on Bevo Boulevard. Make sure you come and hang out with us. We'll be starting Longhorn game day starting at 11:30. But the opportunities for this Texas running game has been null and void, so to speak. And Coach Sark was asked about the run game opportunities that you feel that you might have left on the field.
I think this, like I said, I thought we actually ran the ball relatively effectively. It's unfortunate, Trey takes an 8-yard loss on a run that gets bottled up and he tries to spit back out. where it was 2nd and 5. And, we were talking about that this morning as a team and coaching them, that sometimes playing 3rd and 4 is a heck of a lot better than playing 3rd and 15. Now, ultimately, we convert that. But when you just look at the flow of the game and the amount of snaps in the game and where the game went, we knew we wanted to be aggressive. We knew we wanted to attack them down the field. And I thought we took enough shots to do that. Would have liked to have made a couple more plays, but that's football. I don't think we were prepared to abandon the run by any means, but like I said, it's 14-10. We felt good about the plan and running it and throwing it and all the things. And the next thing you know, you look up, it's 28-10, and you have the ball on your minus 10-yard line with I think 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And so at that point, you throw it 3 times, you got a punt. Now it's 35-10. So there's no runs that are happening where, I think we could have had some opportunities. But, I think at the end of the day, our execution is going to be important this Saturday. Our belief in what we're doing in the run game is going to be important. And we're going to have to negate some of their pass rush with our ability to run the football. Because if there's one of the real strengths of them is, they're playing, number 10 now at kind of buck defensive end, and they've got Rhodes 97 on the other side. Those guys can all rush the passer. So we have to negate some of that with our ability to run the ball.
You cannot make it about one play. And I look at the Philadelphia Eagles as an example. 3rd down and 8. They will when they get past the 50-yard line, they make a conscious decision. We're going to run it at you 2 times in a row. You can't stop us from getting 8 yards in 2 plays. You can't do it. And the proof is in the pudding, because they make a decision and a conscious effort and a commitment to the run. If we don't get 4 yards or 5 yards on that first play, then maybe we punt it. But they have the mentality of, we are going to run and we're going to play defense. We're not doing that at Texas. We're not doing that right now. I'm not being a spoil sport. I'm not giving you my opinion. I am giving you the facts. Look at the numbers. Texas is going to have to make the commitment to the run. And I'm not saying that you have to go for it like the Eagles. You're going to make a commitment to try to run the ball 2 times at somebody. But when you get past the 50, you still have to start making those thought processes.
Right. Well, one of the things that, to your point about the numbers and where they are versus where they used to be, Sark was asked why the rushing output is half of where it was from last year, because we've talked about it for years. He's always had 1,000-yard rusher. Don't see that happening this year, and which is probably why some of the struggles have been. But here's what Coach Sark had to say.
There's probably a combination of things. One, I felt like we were blocking well in the run game a year ago. I felt like we found a rhythm in the run game with Trey a year ago. I think Trey really hit his stride kind of the midpoint of the season, maybe the OU game last year. And those 2 combinations, I feel like we had real threats on the outside, with Matt and Isaiah and DeAndre was going and Gunner. And so I think people were deploying a little bit differently on us. And then ultimately there's a confidence from a play caller standpoint of where's the strength of your team and what are you trying to lean into to ultimately win. Last year we were really a shutdown defense, and you felt very confident about our ability to play defense and shut people down. I think sometimes this season, we haven't ran it the way we would have liked. And so are you comfortable going run and willing to live with 3rd down and whatever that is, and 3rd down and having to convert to stay on the field, knowing if you punt it, are you comfortable enough to go out there and shut somebody down? And so like the other night, Georgia's first 2 drives is 2 touchdowns is 14-3. And so where's your level of confidence of, hey, if we run, pass, we got a punt, how good do you feel about it not being 21-3 as opposed to 14-3? And so you sometimes you have to shift kind of your focus on how do you want to attack and what do you need to do. Now, credit to the other night, our defense started mountain stops and 3 and outs and things. And so games can take a trajectory that are different than others. But I think you have to look at it all. At the end of the day, we have to be better at running the ball. There's no question about it. Nobody's in our building thinking, hey, we're good. But we've got to find a way to do that. And whether that's schematically, whether that's personnel, whether that's, shrinking the plan, whether that's expanding the plan, there's a lot of ways to get that done. But we've got to find a way to gain yards on the ground to where we aren't just a one-dimensional football team.
Hardge, you see the running game at Texas and you think, where are they going to run the ball? Right inside the tackle shoulders, and you're going to try to pull a guy or wham block with a tight end in motion. It's not working. I would rather you just run an outright sweep, an option, a sprint option, fake the run with your quarterback, impose your will. That stretch will open up if you roll your quarterback out a couple of times, and then they have to make sure that they have a linebacker on that backside, or there's a cutback lane because you have to play the respect of the defense. Texas is not doing that. People are closing in there with the splits at defensive tackle. They're running twists to force Texas to run the ball outside, and they won't do it.
Texas has 300. Texas's leading rusher is 375 yards.
Yeah.
On the season. That's an average of 53.57 yards on the season. Yeah. So let's get to this other part, because
you sound really depressed when you.
Well, it's just frustrating because it should not happen this way.
You're running into a wall.
Texas should not be in this situation, especially after being a team that has gone to the college football playoffs. All the people that have been drafted, all the development, everything that has happened, you should not be able to walk onto a football field at the University of Texas with all the resources that you have and not be able to run the ball, in which you have created this mantra of what you are. We asked them at the beginning of the season, how do you identify this football team? And we still don't know the identity of this football team.
Bingo, you get the prize.
That is the thing that is the frustrating part. And if you listen, play this next part, because this is the thing that is really
it's grinding your gears.
It is burning me up. Play the next one, please.
I think 1, we got to catch the ball a little bit better. I think 2, we got to throw the ball a little bit better when we have some opportunities. And then 3, we got to make sure that we continue to try to call things that put players in position to have success.
Why are we having this conversation in week 11? Like, why?
That's a spring conversation.
Exactly. We got to get more discipline. That is springtime. We got to clean up the run game. That is springtime. That is not week 11 for the University of Texas football team.
Put your foot down and say, hey, you, come stand next to me. Next man, let me see if you can do something.
The frustration is because this is not where this football team was headed at the beginning of the season.
No.
I'm
not going to let expectation ruin me. I think that Texas just needs to toughen up. We need to toughen up, Buttercup.
Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman coming up next, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
There's just about a 20-minute add-to-your drive through some congestion on I-35 northbound from Highway 45 over to William Cannon. On the northbound frontage road of I-35, there's also a crash just after Grand Avenue Parkway, as well as an accident on the Highway 290 service road going eastbound after Brody Lane, causing some slowdowns. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Hardge here, and November's all about gratitude and big savings at Covert Ford Hutto. This month, we're showing thanks with Black Friday level deals all November long. Right now, get $9,278 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW Lariat. That's right. Don't wait for the holiday rush. The savings are here all month long. Tough trucks, legendary family service, and deals worth giving thanks for. Only at Covert Ford Hutto, right off of 79 in Hutto. CovertFordHutto.com.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable Speeds to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
Big news, Texas. The Silencer Shop showroom is now open in Liberty Hill. Get hands-on with silencers, explore interactive displays, and talk with our expert staff. Whether you're new or a pro, we can make your guns better because we give a shh. The new Silencer Shop showroom, now open in Liberty Hill.
Oh, we're going to be so late for the concert. We should be there by now.
Just need to make a little detour and stop for gas real quick. I know it's cheap place down the road.
Are you serious? We're going to miss the show because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is great. It's a free app that gets you cash back when you buy gas.
Wait, you mean I can get money back just for buying gas? Really?
Yep, and it really works. I've actually made around $200 this year already. Now, pull over so you can download Upside before we miss the concert.
Pulling over? You had me at $200.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you buy gas. Use promo code RING to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or as a gift card. Download Upside and use promo code RING for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RING for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Use promo code RING.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The shorthanded Spurs with an 11-0 run to end the game beat the Grizzlies. Spurs guard Stephon Castle out 1 to 2 weeks with a hip flexor strain. Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud still in concussion protocol, will not play tomorrow against the Bills in Houston. Texas fell 7 spot to number 17 in the latest college football playoff rankings. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
What's up? It's Cam Jordan. I'm back with season 3 of your favorite podcast, the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Yeah! Tap in every Wednesday to hear conversations with my friends and stars from the NFL, the sports world in general, and entertainment about everything from teams and players making waves to pop culture. And I'll take you inside my journey through my 15th season in the NFL. Looking forward to you joining me this season, the season of more, on the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Open your free iHeart app and search Off the Edge and start listening.
The Craig Way Show, weekdays at 2.
It's a wind down Wednesday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio PM 1300 design. So it's Wednesday, so that can only mean one thing. Our guy Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman joins us to break down his trip to Atlanta, GA, and then over to Athens, and now back to Austin, Texas. And Danny, you know, I had a bit of frustration a little bit ago, simply because of the fact that we're here at week 11 of the Texas Longhorn season, and we are dealing with the fact that we still don't know the identity of this team. And the conversation are the things that happen when the spring and before the season, and we're still having the same issues. No, lack of running game, and still getting penalties called against them. And Coach Sark doesn't have the answers for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of this team, if you're someone who covers this team, if you're on this team, I think that's been kind of one of the befuddling things about this team is, can this team run the ball? Is this a team that's going to be pass heavy? What's Arch Manning? What's this defense? Because parts of this season, this defense has looked incredible, and then the last 3 games happen, and you're kind of wondering what exactly is going on there. I mean, obviously there's been a couple key injuries, but yeah, I think this whole season has been a lesson in tempering expectations, and maybe we just don't know as much as we think we do, whether it's in the media, whether it's among the fan base. I mean, this is a team that I don't think there was many quibbles with ranking this team number 1. I don't think anyone who ranked this team number 1 in the preseason was given the look like you're crazy or that's an insane take. I think most people, even if you thought maybe Ohio State should have been 1 or another team should have topped those preseason polls, I don't think anyone necessarily took exception with Texas going number 1. But, you know, whatever we are 10 weeks in the season, it's clearly those takes were incorrect. And it's going to be when the season ends and we end up doing our postmortems. There's going to be a lot of things to go over because a lot of things went wrong for this team this season.
Danny, I drank the Kool-Aid. I just knew that
you weren't alone. We were all through that wall.
Exactly, you weren't by yourself.
I knew that Wisner and Baxter would be the stars of this team. That we would hang our hat every week on Wisner for a touchdown, Baxter for a touchdown. And that's not what this season was. And partly we know the reasons. We just won't admit what the reasons are. And that the offensive line play is not up to par. That we had backs that got hurt, but they bounced back. They're back and healthy, but still it still hasn't fixed the running game. What is the solution?
I mean, if I knew the solution, I wouldn't be talking with y'all. I'd be making $1 million over there at Texas. If I knew the solution. But, I mean, I think obviously you can point to the offensive line. You can say Texas maybe didn't do a good enough job, developing those guys. I mean, Texas lost 4 offensive linemen to the NFL. I mean, that's not nothing. And whether or not you can say, hey, Kyle Flood, Steve Sarkisian didn't do a good job of developing the guys behind those linemen and behind the guys who are really experienced and really good on that offensive line last year. I mean, that's something you can say, hey, maybe they misevaluated and they should have attacked the transfer portal, although I don't know if there's a ton of, NFL-bound offensive linemen in the transfer portal. I'd have to go back and look. But obviously, they just misevaluated up front, and the offensive line is part of it. Maybe Steve's play calling and some of the scheming has been not great. CJ Baxter getting hurt, Contravian Wisner getting hurt didn't help. It just kind of seemed like a perfect storm of about 3 or 4 glaring problems, and it just all kind of came together. And that's why there's not going to be a 1,000-yard rusher this year. There may not be a 500-yard rusher this year. Right. I go back and look at the exact stats, but
375 is what Wisner has right now. 375.
Just kind of a perfect storm back there in the backfield.
Yeah, we're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. Well, now we're dealing with an injury to Anthony Hill Jr. It looked like Colin Simmons was playing like Colin Simmons. He probably should have had a bunch of holding calls called in his favor because they were horse collaring him the entire time. but this defense continued to fight. You know, Coach Sark mentioned that they had given up 14 points quick, but then they settled in. They started playing, and the offense obviously did not help them. But what is it that you see from this defense that continues to kind of fluctuate? You know what I'm saying? It's like one week you think they're playing stellar, and then the next week it's like they're having some miscommunications. But having Michael Taft back definitely helped in that back end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's so much fluctuates. I think it's been just kind of more of a roller coaster. I mean, you started off, giving up a really bad, what was that, like 40-yard touchdown pass at Ohio State. Then they're going up, and they played really well the rest of non-conference and through the start of SEC play. This has been just kind of down since then, just because what Gunnar Stockton did, 4 touchdown passes. Diego Pavia looked like the second coming during that fourth quarter. Blake Chapin had 4 touchdown passes, and that's a older guy from Mississippi State. So, I mean, I don't know if there's necessarily one true thing. I mean, these are talented SEC teams and offenses that they're playing, and veteran quarterbacks who are some of the Gunnar and Diego are both Heisman Trophy at least fringe candidates. So I mean, talent meets talent, and it looks like the offensive talent is kind of winning out. I mean, they're still doing really well against the run. It's just the secondary has been struggling, and that you learn maybe when it seems that teams are very content with throwing at anyone except for Manny Muhammad. And, that just doesn't matter. Some of those other guys are stepping up, and they just haven't been able to do that so far. But although it did get a little bit better with Michael Taft back.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. Let's transition, Danny, to the basketball team, ranked number 3, number 4 in certain polls. And the women play tonight against a James Madison team that I don't know how much of a challenge they're planning to give them, but Madison Booker and Rory Harmon are now on the watch list. But you also have some of these younger players or new players that are stepping up. What has been your takeaway at the very beginning of the season from this basketball team?
I do get a kick out of Rory Harmon and Madison Booker being on watch lists. It's like, no duh. I mean,
Shocker. What a surprise.
Stating the obvious for these awards. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing about non-conference play, and Texas will get tested more tonight than they have in their previous games. I mean, James Madison, they're 3-2 this season, but that's a tournament team. They're probably going to win their conference. So they won 30 games last year, and they have their best couple players back. So, and this is going to be a good test. Texas will probably still win by 20, 30 points, but it's going to be a lot better test than Texas Southern was. But the point of these non-conference games, especially these non-conference games, which are going to be 50, 60-point wins, is to get these younger players some reps, because these minutes may not exist next week when they're playing UCLA. I have a feeling that Nick's probably going to be shrinking his bench a little bit if he has UCLA. If they get South Carolina, this may be like an 8-person rotation as opposed to emptying the entire bench. So use these blowout games to give some of these younger players. I mean, Aaliyah Crump's going to play regardless, but she probably gets to get a little bit more confidence, getting to shoot the ball a little bit more against the Texas Southern than UCLA, which may be causing her a little bit more problems. So when you have these blowouts, it's good to see some of these younger players, some of these freshmen, some of these sophomores who are ascending, just get some more reps and get some more confidence, because they're going to need that next week when the test is really, really tougher as opposed to what they've seen the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Vic just keeps his team locked in and ready to go as always. And Danny, appreciate you taking the time to keep us locked in and moving forward. Big weekend for Texas Longhorns football, take on a rival, Arkansas. Before we let you go, you talked a little bit on your article at the Statesman about the rivalries and the first time that some of these teams are coming back to DKR.
Yeah, first of all, I got to say, Mark, we're shooting like 62% from the field. So
I'm loving it. I had this conversation yesterday.
To answer your question, yeah, I mean, it's rivalries are fun. I'm wearing my Montana sweatshirt for a reason, because we're playing the Cats this weekend, and the rivalries mean a lot. And so it's kind of cool. It's going to be cool to see some of these. We don't see Arkansas ever in Austin. We don't see and we haven't seen them come to Austin since 2010. Obviously, Oklahoma never comes here. So I think part of the beauty of college football rivalries is being on opposing campuses. I mean, if you went down to College Station last year, even if you're wearing burnt orange, I mean, it was cool to see that environment and see that atmosphere. So I think it's going to be cool. it'll be interesting to see if Texas fans are kind of checked out because of just kind of what happened last week and what happened with the college football rankings. But if it's a true rivalry environment, these next 2 weeks are going to be a lot of fun on campus.
There he is, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. Make sure you continue to check him out. As always, Danny, thanks, bro, for taking the time.
Go Grizz.
There he is. Go Grizz. I saw it on there. When we come back, we'll close out hour number 1. Texas men's basketball get a big dub last night, and now they're off to Maui. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The future is here. Arch Manning.
Arch to the 10. Arch to the 5. Arch to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas.
Hear every throw, every scramble, every touchdown on your home for the Horns.
Arch makes a tackle. 50, 45 to the 30. Dare I say it? Say goodnight to it. 67 yards. Arch to the house.
Don't miss a single moment of the Manning era on 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's just about a 20-minute add-to-your drive through some congestion on I-35 northbound from Highway 45 over to William Cannon. On the northbound frontage road of I-35, there's also a crash just after Grand Avenue Parkway, as well as an accident on the Highway 290 service road going eastbound after Brody Lane, causing some slowdowns. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
You know, starting my day off on the right foot is a big deal. I have to be on my game to give you infotainment, and that starts by taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beats Heart Chews from Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo on the football field and on the volleyball court. Yep, that Human. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure and nearly 2 times more effective than just diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great and they're easy to take, and they become a part of my daily routine. Super Beats Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now and even gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/Mike to check it out. That's human.com, Mike, human with 2 N's. Enter the promo code Mike at checkout and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone too for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with. Hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port ins, not essentials. For well-qualified customers, auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement. 256 gigabytes. $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
At Henna Chevrolet, the price you see is the price you get. Like a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT with $15,000 off MSRP. No required dealer accessories when you arrive. No market adjustments. And we have over 40 lenders competing for your business. And when banks compete, you save. That's why Henna is Austin's favorite Chevy dealership. For a lower price made easy. Together, let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. My king was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat in that short smells like a dog car. Downy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Cam Heidi across the floor to Pope. He'll go baseline with it, running out of room. Wrap around pass for Tremont Mark. Dalen Swain out to Heidi for three, and it's good for Cam.
Good offense, good extra pass, moving the basketball on the perimeter.
Down it goes to Boca Titus, trying to back down Tremonti Fuller. Working on him, into the paint, squares up, shoots, scores, and he's fouled. Boy, that's just good body control, knowing what he can get away with, too, with some little bumps into the space, and then got it up, got elevated, got the shot, the ball, drew contact. Out to Swain for three. Missed that one in the rebound. Cleared by Diallo and stolen right out of his hands by Weaver. Goes up, gets the bucket, and one. What a move to the bucket. Kendall Weaver with the steal, went up, drew the contact. He just took the ball right out of Muhammad Diallo's hand. To Pope in the left corner, Swain trying to drive baseline, running out of room, and passed it in the paint, and scooped up, picked up now by Pope. No look pass, back to Swain for the slam dunk. Weaver again, they got to get moving down to 5, down to Wilcher in the corner. Step around a defender, a three-pointer good for Simeon. Wilcher knocks down a three at the buzzer. The Longhorns will take their largest lead of the night into the locker room at halftime. Swain will drive to the hoop. In traffic, gets the bucket, he won! Went up strong, drew the contact against Muhammad Diallo, and gets the basket. To Zion Cruz, guarded by Tremont Mark, pulls up, right elbow jumper off the back iron, barely caught the glass, didn't really hit the iron. Rebound Texas, no look pass. Weaver in the corner, three-pointer Pope, it's good. In rhythm. 8 seconds to go. Texas will get the win. The Longhorns, winners of 4 in a row. And they now go to 4-1. They complete the 4-game homestand 4-0, and now it's on to the Islands. And a real challenge in Maui next week. Final score tonight here from Moody Center in Austin. The Texas Longhorns 99 and the Ryder Bronx 65.
You just heard it right there from the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Mr. Craig Way. 99-65 victory over Ryder. And Texas got a chance to witness Camden Heidi coming in. Nick Cody was out with an injury. Camden Heidi got into the starting lineup, played 24 minutes, 20 points, and he shot it from the field from three-point land, 6 of 9. And Coach Sean Miller talked about having him on the floor.
Well, first of all, I thought we responded well from our Kansas City game. Every one of these games, because it's so early, you're searching for perfection, and there's just a lot of different areas or moments of the game where we have to improve and be better. However, I thought our quality of play, our effort level from start to finish, how we came out at the beginning, the first 4 minutes, was what we really wanted. And obviously Cam Heidi had a lot to do with it. So we talked about the other night that sometimes, when the ball's not going in, it can become contagious. And then other parts of the game can be left open because guys get down on the fact that the ball just isn't going in, and then we don't defend, we don't rebound, we don't run. Well, when you make them, the opposite can happen. And I thought that his 6 threes and early threes in the game settled us down, and then obviously watching him get red hot the second half really broke the game wide open. But it was great to see Cam do that, because you have to remember about Cam Heide. He's played on the number 1 team in America. He's played in a national championship game against UConn. He's played in multiple NCAA tournaments. He's had a role playing 19 minutes a game in the Big Ten Conference for Matt Painter and Purdue. You know, those are all things we really respect. And I just feel like, you know, he's been beat up here early in the season injury-wise, missed the game. And then the other day he played, and heck, you didn't even know he could shoot because he never shot one. So it becomes our job as the staff to make sure that our team knows and he knows we want him to take open threes, and we have to be creative in helping him get those threes sometimes as well, because, you know, I think when he's contributing in that area, he makes our team a better team. So there's a lot of guys I can talk about, but I thought Cam Heide on our end was the storyline of tonight's game, and I'm happy for it.
Well, basketball is a different game than football, but the one thing that remains the same is holding people accountable and being able to say where you're deficient. And we don't get that in football, but I love the refreshing feeling of knowing there were people that didn't perform well and other people got an opportunity. That there were people that didn't perform well, that it was because they didn't have an opportunity to do it. And when you get that opportunity, you take the most of it. Sometimes that guy never leaves the floor or never leaves the field afterwards, after showing what he can do. And I'm very proud of Texas basketball. Like they're rounding out, and it's still early.
Yep, they're 4-1 now. They get on the road and they get a chance to go over to, like what Craig says, the islands, to go over there and play some quality opponents, starting with Arizona State on Monday night. When we come back, hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. We'll be talking to Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com to recap the Cowboys' victory and see what's next for those Cowboys. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Hardball Hardge here, and they say everything's bigger in Texas. And at the Yellow Rose, that includes your Friday steak. From noon to 9, grab a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye that is literally as big as your face. Certified Angus beef, cooked just right for only $20. Then come back for all your football action all weekend long. 2 giant high-def screens with sound plus 12 more TVs for every angle and replay you might have missed. Hungry? $10 Rose burgers, wings, tenders, and El Pastor pizza. Got you covered. Yellow Rose, where the views are amazing and so's the steak.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense auto-fill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news. Specs has the perfect play. Ice cold beer in the backfield. Bold bourbon out wide. And savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Specs has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Around the holidays, it's hard to find the right gifts. But you know what's tougher? Getting the right gift. I know, you can be selfish around the holidays. Everybody wants what they want. And guess what? Verizon's got the perfect solution for both. They have the incredible bundles for you and your family, and you can get the latest phone with the new line on My Plan and brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed. You can get it even on their lowest priced plan. That's 3 amazing gifts that they're offering. You can give a couple away and then gift one to yourself, or give one away and then gift 2 to you. You could even, well, you know what I mean. No one has to know if you're getting all of them. You decide who gets what. You're basically Santa. And you don't even have to fly all over the world in one night. Go to your local Verizon store and get yourself a bundle, a phone, a tablet, and a smartwatch. It's okay to be selfish. It's a holiday miracle that you don't want to miss out on. Verizon.
ABC tonight. It's the CMA Awards Live.
That's what I'm talking about.
With performances by Lainey Wilson, Kelsey Ballerini, Zach Top, Riley Green, Ella Langley, Kenny Chesney, Megan Maroney, Brandy Carlisle, and the hottest collabs, Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton, Shabuzi and Stephen Wilson Jr., Big X The Plug, featuring Luke Combs. It's country music's biggest night.
Hosted by your girl, Lainey Wilson.
The CMA Awards Live tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC and next day on Hulu.
Every year, more than 2,000 volunteers join the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program to make Christmas bright for over 7,000 local kids. So grab your friends, your coworkers, your small group, and help give the gift of joy this season. Your gift stays local and it's matched dollar for dollar. Be one of those that helps provide Christmas gifts for hundreds of Austin kids. Volunteer, adopt an angel, or donate today at salvationarmyaustin.org. Let's show what Austin can do when we give together.
Isn't it nice to know at least one of your streaming apps is completely free?
Yeah, you get the iHeartRadio app without the pesky monthly fee.
Live radio, playlists for everything, and the most podcasts on the planet.
Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And hour number 1, we talked about the college football rankings and how Texas has fallen to number 17. We also got a chance to hear from Coach Sark, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman, and we just broke down the men's basketball win last night, 99-65 over Ryder. But let's get right into it because he's on the phone. He's a busy guy. We've had to adjust a couple times because of his travel, but he is our guy, Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com. The Cowboys come away with the victory 33-16 on an emotional night for the Dallas Cowboys and their fan base. Tommy, you had to deal and cover with the news of Marshawn Nealon and his unfortunate death, and then the Cowboys come out and have to play. What was that week like during that time?
It was a difficult week. I think that, for this team especially, just because they really love Marshawn Nealon, and he was one of them, and the culture that Brian Schottenheimer has built makes this team a lot closer. And, anytime that you lose your brother like that, it's going to hurt. And it certainly hurt this team. And, I wasn't very close with Marshawn, didn't know him all too well, but always enjoyed talking to him. And he was a bright young presence who, was beloved by his teammates. And, Ryan Flanoy, one of the young wide receivers who scored a touchdown on Sunday, was very tight with him. So being able to get in the end zone was very touching. And it was a hard week. It was a unique game in terms of, you almost don't really know how to cover a game like that.
Right.
Just because you can't even imagine the emotions that these players are going through. You don't necessarily know how they're going to come out and play, but they said all week long that they were going to play in a certain way to honor Marshawn Nealon by playing how he played, and I think they did that on Monday night.
Well, I was very happy with what I saw. from a defensive perspective, because that's where the Cowboys have been the most deficient. A lot of players look really good because of the inside push and what happened with Quinn Williams and Clark. Can you say can you see something that you thought was beneficial to that defense other than those two things?
Well, I think, really everybody in the unit gets better because of those two guys, right? And especially because of Big 92, because he just takes up so much attention and he is such a game wrecker that everything else opens up. Like, Kenny Clark, who had been struggling for a couple of weeks in the middle of the early part of the season, all of a sudden, these last couple games just played really well. And I think you saw your linebackers play better. They're able to fill their run gaps better because Williams is just so big and, he takes up so much attention that it's easy to step up and fill them. Ashton Genty ran for 7 yards and the Raiders had 27, I think, on the night. It was by far the Cowboys' best showing against the run all year. The Raiders' offensive line is not very good, but nonetheless, they hadn't been showing anything good against bad teams all season. So, you absolutely take that as a positive. And then in the secondary, I thought Deron Bland had a nice game. And then what we saw from the rookie Savone Rebel, I thought was really good. I think he played a little bit more than I was expecting him to. And you kind of saw I think the plan early was to get him in on 3rd and longs and let him just kind of play at the sticks and go from there. And then they just kept him out for a couple of drives at the end of the half. And he played really well. I thought his press man was good. He did better in zone than I thought to start. And, if he develops into a good player, if he can get his legs under him and become what they thought he was coming out of the draft process, then the Cowboys have some serious help at corner.
Yeah, they needed that. We're talking to Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him on social media at Tommy_Yarish. Well, let's get on to the offensive side of the ball. It was one of the best performances and record performances for one George Pickens, most receiving yards he's ever had in a first half, and a little bit of a disciplinary situation for both he and CeeDee Lamb. Number one, what was the discipline for? And number two, what did you think of the performance by CeeDee and George Pickens?
Yeah, the Cowboys have been quiet as to what it was that caused the disciplinary issue for both of those guys. They said, missing some things, and I believe Jerry Jones said yesterday that it was meeting related. So it sounds like they missed a meeting, and Brian Schottenheimer was, that's just his punishment, I guess, if you will. And so, they obviously responded very well. And George Pickens goes and has the night that he has. Man, is he fun to watch. He is such a good player and just is completely flourishing. I think it's in the Cowboys' best interest to keep him around. We talk all the time about cap space and, all right, how do we make this work? Are we paying the right guys? Dak Prescott is so much better, and you can get so much more out of him when you have that second option there for him outside of his best receiver, CeeDee Lamb. You saw it with Amari Cooper. We've seen it over the course of his entire career on what Brandon Cooks did for the offense in 23. And if you have a guy like Pickens, who, he and CeeDee Lamb can be two of the best top 10, top 5, whatever, you can throw the list or whatever you want, and in the entire league, and your offense is going to be much better for that. And then, of course, CeeDee Lamb 66 yards on, I think, 5 catches. It's going to be a fun balance between, all right, George Pickens is going to have these games where he goes bananas. And then if your defense, if let's say the Eagles start to shift more towards taking Pickens away, well, then you got CeeDee Lamb one-on-one, and that's never going to end well for anybody. I know he had the drops in the Eagles game. I'm sure he's motivated as ever not to let that happen again. And so it's those kinds of problems that are created for defenses that I think is a reason why you should keep George Pickens around.
Tommy, there was another report that CD and Pickens missed curfew, but also I want to talk about the running game and the scheme and Coach Schotty's running scheme. The Cowboys look like a whole different team, the way that they run the ball and the effectiveness of way they block with the guards. The Cowboys made a conscious effort to revamp that offensive line. Do you see them doing more with the offensive line in the upcoming draft, or do you feel like that they can add somebody to help that offensive line at tackle?
I would say this past game was one of the better games of Tyler Guyton's career. And then at right tackle, if they do add in the draft, I think that's where they look, just because, Terrence Steele had a good game on Monday night. But and they like Nate Thomas a lot. But when he came in relief for Steele against Arizona, he gave up 5 pressures and I think a sack too. So if they've got questions there, it wouldn't shock me if they looked at it. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to, all right, for sure, let's go get a guy. No, because I think that they'll look at this roster and see that they have more glaring needs, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and probably look there early in the draft. But later on, if they really like a guy and see somebody, it wouldn't shock me at all if they were looking. But I think you're looking more at that right side of the line. I think Tyler Guyton is slowly but surely starting to put it all together. And, I think he can be a good left tackle for this team. And, it's just sometimes with different guys, it's a different process. And for the right side of the offensive line right now, that process has just been inconsistent. So that's why you could maybe not probably, but you could see a move there in terms of looking at the draft, when this upcoming offseason comes up.
Well, it's Eagles hate week, followed by a short week for the Kansas City Chiefs, and then you have the Lions. There's no rest for the weary if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Big week for the Eagles as they come to Dallas.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a really interesting stretch, both for the Cowboys and my sleep schedule, because they play 3 games in 12 days. And, 3 games in 12 days is difficult enough. Well, then you add in the fact that they played the 2 teams that played in the Super Bowl last year, 4 days apart. And then you got to go on the road to play the Lions a week after that. And that's just not fun, guys. That is not fun. For a team that, if they want to even think about the playoffs right now, needs to win just about every single game they've got left on the schedule, because the NFC is looking like the power conference in terms of, hey, you might need 10 wins to get into the wild card, which is unbelievable to think about.
And it's going to be tough to go on that run, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. Trust me, I'm with you. But I think if you're looking for this stretch and you want the best possible scenario, I think, is I don't think they go 3-0. The best possible scenario is they go 2-1. I think if they come out of that stretch 2-1, they at the very least have a chance going into the back stretch of the season, because you play the Giants again, the Commanders again. Those are 2 games that, as of right now, look like they could be wins for you in the division. And then, Minnesota has been inconsistent. The Chargers have been wildly inconsistent.
Wow, yeah.
And so you have a chance. Could the Quinn Williams trade be the Amari Cooper trade like 2018, where they just go on a tear the back half of the season? And I think they lost the Monday Night Football game after they acquired him, but after that, I think they lost one more time and they won 6 and made the playoffs. So who knows? Anything is possible, but they're probably going to need that and some teams that are currently higher up in the NFC playoff race to lose a couple of games, because it is very, very tight at the top in terms of, there's a lot of teams winning right now in the NFC.
In the words of Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. We shall see.
That's right.
As always, man, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you,
Get
Tommy.
you some sleep, and then let's regroup for next week, brother.
All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
All right, there he is, Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. When we come back, NBA, some news has been coming out of the league. And no, it's not always about gambling, but some people are taking that risk. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Longhorn fans, it's another big Saturday on the 40 acres.
And we're taking over Bevo Boulevard at 11:30 a.m. for Longhorns game day.
Texas Longhorns hosting Arkansas Razorbacks. And you know we'll be breaking it all down, matchups, impact players, and everything you need before kickoff.
Plus, that Bevo Boulevard energy. You can't beat it. Come hang out, talk ball, and get locked in with us.
It's game day with Hardge
and Henry, live at 11:30 a.m. on Bevo Boulevard.
Texas and Arkansas, be there.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
There's about a 20-minute delay being caused by a crash on 290 westbound at Old Kimbrough Road. It has you backed up from FM 1100. On I-35 northbound, congestion from Highway 45 to William Cannon, causing a 20 to 25-minute backup. There's also a crash that blocks off the right shoulder northbound on I-35 at Grand Avenue. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine. Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you. People who value speaking to the right people at the right time. That's why we answer the phone ourselves, to understand you and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a human connection. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion and Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion and Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Wind Down Wednesday is back November 19th at Kate and Abel's with Stella Rosa Wines. Join Ann Hudson from 96.7 KISS FM and Mike Hardge from 1300 The Zone as they give away sold-out tickets to see Ariana Grande and tickets to the UT versus A&M game. Don't miss your midweek party with Stella Rosa.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Let's talk about why JLab is the perfect gift for this holiday season. How about you give the gift of sound? The J-Buds Party Speaker can play all the holiday music you want, or give the gift of silence because J-Buds Luxe over-ear headphones have active noise canceling. All at affordable prices, so you're not going to be bankrupt this holiday season. Visit JLab.com. Use the promo code DAN20. That's 20% off. Find them on Amazon or look for the blue box at a retailer near you. That's JLab.com.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy huge savings on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus, featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits, like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and details.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you?
And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Back to Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
By Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. Make sure you follow him at Tommy_Yarsh for all the latest on the Cowboys. Big week for the Cowboys. 325 kickoff versus the Eagles at home on Fox. So we will be locked in. That'll be tough, right? I'm sure, with that matchup. I wanted to transition to the NBA because the NBA, you guessed it, folks, is fantastic. A lot of movers and shakers. The news came out yesterday that Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to miss a couple of weeks with an injury. Stephon Castle has a hip flexor strain. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. And Wemby, which I got a chance to go to the game on Sunday, was looking for Wemby. Then all I had to do was look on the sideline.
You saw his street clothes?
Because he was in street clothes like Anthony Davis. He is out indefinitely now with a calf strain. Soft tissue, man, never a good thing for a big guy for sure. But the NBA has been doing just fine. Mark, you talked about what we've seen from the Detroit Pistons. They win again last night, 120-112 over the Atlanta Hawks. The Celtics are trying to find their groove. The Orlando Magic beat the Warriors last night, 121-113. Spurs win again, 111-101 over the Memphis Grizzlies. But we have to talk about LeBron James. And he's back. And he's back on the court. They get a victory last night, 140-126, a game in which LeBron and Bronny each hit a 3-point shot. So they both got on the court, but the Lakers having LeBron back kind of changes the dynamic with Luka, Austin Reeves, and what they have going on.
Yeah, I've watched every game they played so far. And get that league pass, guys. It's awesome. But that LeBron being back, he looked still out of shape. He even said it, that he felt like he had baby lungs, that he's a long way from being in shape for NFL NBA season. So he decided that he was going to work hard and not try to score. So I like the thought of a veteran guy saying, you know what, I'm going to pick my spot. That was awesome.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because last night the San Antonio Spurs played the Memphis Grizzlies. Now we've been on the get rid of Ja train for quite some time. Here. But my question is he at the point now, because he didn't even play last night once again, and he wasn't even listed on the coach's decision or anything like that. What's the latest on Ja Morant and his situation in Memphis?
I wish I knew. I really do. I haven't delved into it, but I will today. Usually when you have a player that's a scratch and a healthy scratch, you're trying to not let them get hurt. You want them to be healthy and
for trade purposes.
So maybe they have finally came to grips that Ja Morant will not be the guy that's going to help them take their franchise into the next season, and they're going to, possibly move him. I would say sooner than later.
Tonight we get a chance to watch the Rockets. The Rockets are sitting at 9-3. This is a big matchup for the Rockets as they travel to Cleveland. The Cavaliers 10-5. That game will be on ESPN. Obviously, Kevin Durant, Sengun versus Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, and the host of Cleveland Cavaliers. That, to me, is going to be a matchup to watch tonight. I'll take the Rockets tonight, see what KD and his crew can do. The Mavericks, they will be playing tonight so it's the Rockets at 6 and then the Mavericks at 8 o'clock, both games on ESPN. The Mavericks will be hosting the Knicks. The Mavericks sitting at 4-11. They've already gotten rid of Nico. Jalen Brunson is coming back to the Metroplex to take on the Dallas Mavericks. And they, too, are a team that they're really trying to figure out who they are, and that is the Dallas Mavericks. You know, Cooper Flagg is averaging 15.5 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. But do you feel like he is starting to catch his footing?
I think so. I think that he needed to be the feature. And when you scheme around somebody, then you force that person to knock off all the rust in the places where they have them. And they were playing him out of position at the beginning of the season, playing him at point guard of all positions, and also at 2. He's a small forward, power forward. He's definitely skilled and can do those other things, but you don't want to hang your hat on that. You don't want to rely on that. Hopefully, our guy Kyrie Irving will heal up and be put into the lineup, which is going to make him a lob threat at small forward, and then you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a big problem.
You just really love that lob threat, don't you? I mean,
Man,
like
he's so athletic and so good at positioning and knowing where to be. And being able to, he's fast enough at small forward to hang out around 19 feet away from the basket whenever Kyrie drives, or any point guard. Dallas doesn't have a point guard that can drive and get to the basket. It's going to leave a defense waiting, seeing him coming to them, rather than him being blocked out all the time. So it's just a tailor-made thing.
Just to update you guys, John Morant suffered a grade 1 calf strain against Cleveland Friday. That's the reason
why he's out, because I'm sitting there thinking, like, what are they trying to do with this guy, and what is the movement with him? Because
and why is he not playing?
Yeah, so appreciate that, Marcus. And tonight, the Sacramento Kings travel to the best team in the NBA, OKC Thunder. Russell Westbrook going back to OKC. The Thunder are 14-1, and the Kings are the exact opposite of that, being 3-11. I got a chance to watch Sacramento this past weekend. There's a lot that they are trying to figure out. Sabonis didn't look that great in that game against the Spurs. Russ was trying to figure out who's going to actually be the point guard on that team, and he didn't take control of that game until the second half, and he finished almost with a double-double, and they lost that game to the Spurs. But you start to understand that what is next for this basketball team in Sacramento. It's a bunch of old guys. Doug Christie is the head coach there, and they just don't look like they are going to be much of anything. So we'll see what ends up happening.
They talked about overhauling that team too.
That definitely needs to happen, because what I've seen.
So DeRozan and Sabonis, they're top heavy. They got to get rid of those guys and get something for them and rebuild.
And DeRozan is playing at a very high level, so it was good to watch him play. But you also understand that there's a lot of money that is on that team.
He might look good in Memphis.
John Morant.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You gonna send them to Sacramento? Now that's better than sending them, like I said
Mess
earlier.
with me.
Send them
Mess
to
with
Toronto. I left my wallet in El Segundo.
Man, I will send you to Siberia to play.
Coming up next, we got the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone.
You'll be playing in Pelican Bay.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The right lane is blocked off by a stalled vehicle on I-35 northbound at Airport Boulevard. On the service road of I-35 northbound, a crash blocks off a middle lane just after Grand Avenue Parkway, and a 15-minute slowdown being caused by a wreck on 290 westbound at Old Kimbrough. You're slow from FM 1100. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Every tailgate has one. The Cooler Whisperer knows exactly where the last Bud Light hides. Beneath the ice, behind the dip, and in the back corner. He doesn't brag. He doesn't boast. He just points, smiles, and saves the party. We call that a cool guy. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
At In-N-Out, we like to think of ourselves as the vintage muscle car of burgers. After all, both are handcrafted, made with an appreciation for every detail. One with the finest materials, the other with the freshest ingredients. And seeing either one brings a smile to your face. Muscle cars and double doubles are all American classics, and both are gone in seconds.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Group 1 Ford of South Austin is your go-to dealer for upfront and transparent pricing. We do not have any dealer ads on our huge selection of new Ford vehicles. Our advertised price is our sales price without the hidden extras other dealerships charge thousands of dollars for. So stop by our showroom today to see and feel the difference with buying at Group 1 Ford of South Austin, Austin's only winner of Ford's prestigious President and Triple Crown Award.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacies, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insured.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, cloudy skies with a few showers this afternoon, a high of 83 for your Wednesday. Cloudy tonight with showers overnight, a low near 70. Thursday, showers and storms, a high near 80. More rain tomorrow night, a low of 66.
This report is sponsored by Mucinex Kickstart.
I woke up feeling like cough, congestion, headache was coming on. I thought, no, I have big plans this weekend. So I took Mucinex Kickstart, all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Mucinex Kickstart for relief with a kick at your favorite retailer. Use as directed.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Celebrate the season with the very best Christmas music ever made with iHeart Christmas. All your favorites 100% commercial free. Just open the app and search Holiday to find iHeart Christmas. Plus other holiday stations and playlists to put you in a merry mood. Open the app and search Holiday to start listening.
Longhorns baseball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Look, choke up.
You heard the beat drop. That can only mean one. What does it mean? WWE Hall of Famer and world's strongest man. Lee Martin brings you his world's strongest man. Take it away, big fella.
All right. You know what time it is?
Time for me to
Yes. It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They're all on. Guys, it happened last night. For the first time of the season, the face of the league, LeBron James, came back to the NBA. He has been suffering back spasms and had a contusion to the back from a fall during the offseason. Now that he's back, LeBron James said that he thought that it would be best for him to not try to be a scorer and disrupt what was already going on with the Lakers, being that the Lakers will already have a winning record. They've only lost 2 games, and he didn't want to disrupt anything. So he wanted to get in shape, and he wanted to play defense. That's a scary thought. That LeBron has never been in that situation before. He's always been the guy, and he's never, ever assumed the role as a role player or as the second fiddle. He's never done it. He's been in the league 20 years. He's never, ever done that. So the fact that he is openly saying that he's willing to make some concessions, I think is progress for the Lakers. He mentioned the fact that they had scorers. And you go back and you look at the record, or you go back and you look at the scoring last night. You had Luka Doncic with 37 points, guys. You had Austin Reeves with 26 points. You had DeAndre Ayton with 20 points. Jake LaRavia, who they brought in the offseason, who I told you guys was going to be a factor, had 16 points. Our Texas Longhorn brethren, Jackson Hayes, had 8. Gabe Vincent had 6. And LeBron James had 11 points, but he shot the ball 7 times. He was not trying to actively score, and you saw him hustling and moving his feet and him taking it like a workout more than a game. And I thought that was my take, is that we never thought that the Lakers would be a defensive juggernaut, but looking at what they've done with adding Ayton and definitely Marcus Smart defensively, with somebody like LeBron James making an conscious effort to be more of the defender, I think that the Lakers actually could be one of those top 4 teams. Hardge, what say you?
I just don't understand. I don't know if that is going to happen in the reality of it all.
So-
LeBron is trying to get himself back into shape. So
once he gets there, then you say he's going to go back to being the number one option.
He'll never be the number one option anymore. I mean, he is not going to be the number one option. The number one option is Luka Doncic, period, point blank, end of story. And the Lakers are moving towards that. You see by the way that this offense has been set up. Luka's still going to have the ball in his hand. He's going to be the one generating it. But it is a great thing when you can have a LeBron James, and I'm not saying he's a second fiddle to anybody. That's not the point. The point is, with Luka being ball dominant, and there are times where LeBron can go get a rebound. He can go do some other things because he can do more dirty work, I guess you could say. Now, defensively, I think he may end up being a liability at some point because people are going to attack LeBron James. LeBron is old, man. I mean, it's the reality of it all. Everybody is not going to be at the top of their game. And if you look at his defensive efficiency over the last few seasons, he hadn't been elite.
But he was also trying to be the scorer, trying to be the guy.
Not after they got Luka. He knew he wasn't going to be that. But that's my point. We're going to see what's going to end up happening. But I would go the opposite direction on the way that the league views it. Is he still one of the best players in the league? Absolutely. You said it a minute ago. He's the face of the league. But you're older. I mean, you just missed a whole month for sciatica. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's.
Hey man, you said that like it's
he's old. That's old people injuries.
Yeah,
man.
old people fall down and get hurt.
At least I didn't say busted a hip. That's what older people do. So when I look at what LeBron, it's amazing that he's still doing what he's doing at the level that he's doing it, and the ability to still come back and play the game. I just look at this a little bit in a different light because I got to see a little bit more of it.
I'm saying from energy purposes, and if you have Austin Reeves scored 50 points this season already.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging 20 points. He's never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Luka throwing it in the ocean. I mean, he is just scoring at will.
Big, yes.
So, like, you don't need 4 scorers. You know what I mean? It's great to have it. You always want to have scoring.
I just don't see LeBron James sitting on the side thinking, I'm not finna get my point.
Well, he's going to get them by product. I mean, just by
activity,
by being active around the rim and getting rebounds and becoming the lob threat from the wing or from the dunk position because he has
that lob there, don't you?
Yeah, I love it because those guys get to the basket.
Yeah.
Luka is not just an outside shooter. Like, he wants to get to the basket and draw a double team.
Yeah.
And he gets double teamed so much. Austin Reeves, the same thing. He made a few shots last night that was just really, really incredible.
And with those shooters, LeBron still can be a great
facilitator. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that he's always going to be that no matter what because he's unselfish basketball player.
Right.
He makes the right play regardless of what everybody says about him. Oh, he don't want to take the big shot. He passes the ball to the people that are open.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Shot.
Make the shot when I give it to you. So, but yeah, another great take by the world's strongest man. We'll see how that plays off with LeBron James. When we come back, we'll close out the show. Send you to Dan Patrick. Texas women play tonight. We're going to give you a chance to go out and check them out right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
In their inaugural season in the SEC, the Texas Longhorns made history.
For the first time in 22 years, the Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
Now, they're back to finish what they started.
To the hoop, and she scores! And she scores!
Harmon will hoist it from half court and makes it.
Listen to Texas women's basketball all season long on 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
The right lane is blocked off by a stalled vehicle on I-35 northbound at Airport Boulevard. On the service road of I-35 northbound, a crash blocks off a middle lane just after Grand Avenue Parkway. And a 15-minute slowdown being caused by a wreck on 290 westbound at Old Kimbrough. You're slow from FM 1100. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine. Keeping score of your finances but missed the Bitcoin wagon? There's a second chance called Texacoin. Score big at texacoin.org. The Texas Longhorns dropped their third straight game to the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday, falling 35-10 in between the hedges. After taking an early lead on a field goal in the first quarter, Texas trailed at halftime 14-3, but got within 4 points in the third quarter off a Ryan Wingo 7-yard touchdown pass from Arch Manning. But the Longhorns would be outscored 21-0 in a pivotal fourth quarter. Now the Horns return to Austin for their final two games of the season, beginning this Saturday against the Arkansas Razorbacks in an old Southwest Conference rivalry game.
It was a pretty good game for 3 quarters, and it was not a great game in the fourth quarter, at least not for us. So I think the challenge for us now is we got a 2-week season in front of us, and we got to get up off the mat. We got to go compete, and we got to find a way to go win the next 2 ball games and see what happens. So that's it.
Get in early on the next big coin and extend your lead at texacoin.com. This is an investment that carries risk. texacoin.org.
Hardge here, and November's rolling in with gratitude. Texas Pride and Black Friday big savings all month long at Covert Chevy in Hutto. Right now, get $12,090 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom. Yep. No waiting till the end of the month. The deals are already here. Powerful trucks, hometown hospitality, and savings worth being thankful for. That's Covert Chevy Hutto right off of 79. CovertChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rates subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
Kolache Factory makes tailgating easy with breakfast, standard, sweet, and lunch trays for every craving, plus fresh dinner rolls. Don't miss our November flavor of the month, turkey and dressing. Order ahead online or on the Kolache Factory app and bring the flavor to your next tailgate.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy Rinse tonight, and I need it more. My kid was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. The sweat and dead short smells like a dog car. Downy Rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
This is Jim. Hello. Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now...
I have customers out the door.
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
Picture this, you're on a date and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Save big on bottles and bites during the Thanks Pairing sale at Specs. Going on now.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Special shout out to my guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. Also to Tommy Yardish of DallasCowboys.com. If you missed any parts of our show, get over to our podcast page. We have a great week of guests already. We'll continue the conversations for the rest of the week, leading you up to Texas versus Arkansas this Saturday, 2:30 kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. But we will get the party started off of Beacon Boulevard. Starting at 11:30 a.m., we'll have myself, the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, the Mark Henry, and our guest that we will have tomorrow, Eric Henry of Horns 247, will be joining us on Bevo Boulevard. So make your plans now. You only got 2 of them left, so make sure you get out there and hang out. Also, wanted to make sure that you get a chance to go see the Texas women play as they will take on James Madison tonight. You can hear all the action on AM 1300 The Zone. But if you would like to go to the game, here's your opportunity. All you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Get over to AM 1300 The Zone, tap that microphone, hold it down, and leave us a message for you to go to the game. Last night, we gave away tickets to the men as they won 99-65. And Ike got a chance to go to the game and enjoy it for the first time with his wife at the Moody Center. And it was a special, special night for them. Got a little date night. So congratulations for that. I also wanted to get into this. Kim Mulkey, the Molkster. We don't talk about her enough because I don't know why we don't. Because this basketball season, Kim Mulkey is like,
she's a fabric of women's basketball.
Yes, she will tell you exactly how she feels. Some people find her abrasive, annoying. I find her humorous because she just is about that life. She was a point guard. She was a fiery little point guard for Louisiana Tech, won a national championship and all that. And she's won national championships as the head coach in college basketball, whether it was at Baylor or even LSU. Well, there's a story that is out. Obviously, LSU has fired their coach, Brian Kelly. Now they have the interim, Frank Wilson, former coach at Texas State, UTSA, and all kinds of other places. Well, she had left one of the press conferences after a game because she was upset. She was upset when Brian Kelly got fired because I guess she liked Brian Kelly and she liked the way he was doing things and didn't like it, so she left. Well, the other night they played a game, and let's just say she was not happy with the turnout by the media, and she had her thoughts on why they weren't there.
I see who's here. I know y'all back home trying to figure out if we're going to hire Lane Kiffin. Well, got to get the first news. Hate to tell you, Lane was at Gainesville yesterday.
Hate to tell you.
Lane was in Gainesville yesterday.
Stirring the pot.
I just love the fact because this is where we are. This is the time of the year where all these openings are there. The end of the season is near. They've already talked about Franklin going to Virginia Tech. That seems to be a done deal. James Franklin, former coach at Penn State, is now the head coach at Virginia Tech. They haven't made an official announcement yet, but I'm sure it will come in the near future. But the reality of it all is very simple. This is rumor time. This is who you going to put in that place for these reasons.
In 2 weeks.
Because the season is now. You got to get recruiting. You got to get ahead of recruiting. There's transfer portal stuff that's going to be going on.
Yeah.
This is the time where we've got to fill our coaching voids. There's a lot of coaching voids that are out there. And everybody can't get the job. Unless you don't retread, you can't retread. Let's just say that. If you're going to move around and you're going to get different guys, you got to get guys that are at the top of the game. Now, the only problem that I have with the Lane Kiffin situation right now is strictly because of the fact that Lane has his team right in the middle of the college football playoff hunt.
I see it. It's ridiculous.
Ole Miss is right smack dab in the middle of possibly playing for a national championship.
And it's not just with the coaches, it's with the players too. Remember last year and the year before, there were incidences where players opted out.
Right. Well, the thing that really, 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 really bothers me at this particular moment is because of what you said. There are players that are trying their best to do everything they can to get their team into the college football playoffs. You got one shot at this. You're not guaranteed to be in this thing every year. So now you're putting this on your players if you're gallivanting around the town trying to see
Granny.
See where you can lay up next.
That's a grandma word. Gallivant.
Yeah. But that's the deal. That's what I'm looking at. Like this is one of those things because everybody wants to know what's next. Rumor is Ole Miss gave them an ultimatum and told them you got to let us know basically by tomorrow, the 20th, if you're going to be our coach or not. And if he's going to be the coach, then obviously they're going to give him an extension. He's going to be there for a while. But the reality of the situation is this dude is in the middle of his season with the possibility of being in the college football playoffs.
And you have your family off looking at houses and schools. Hey, Hardge, man, on December 17th, we got the Austin Sports Awards. And I hope that you can show up and Marcus. But I want everybody to get a ticket. Go to sportsawards.com. Get those tickets. It's going to be an incredible night.
Well, why don't you tell them to get over there and vote for us for the greatest
morning
kickoff. Yeah, the morning kickoff as the best
morning show. Sports show. Not just morning. Best sports show in Austin. We want those votes.
Yeah.
We politicking right now.
Yeah.
About them wins, baby.
No doubt. Shout out to Kolache Factory. Oh, yeah, they came through.
Yeah,
and they brought
did.
it to us. We'll continue these conversations tomorrow. We'll have Eric Henry on the show and so much more. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. Just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or